pretty good. You know what I mean? He does like okay. He doesn't really get top 3 very often. I think I've seen him get top 3 once. But you know, he's always top 8. Not always top 8, but you know, usually top 8. Ornamus, when he was in his heyday, was one of those players that was consistently placing top 3. But this is definitely a match that could go either way. Ornamus, after taking that large break, I mean, he's been showing some really good stuff versus some very good players today. But we'll see how he does against HellaHella.
And now Siders coming up from Ornamus. Yeah, we've got Ornamus on Gnash, who has been showing up pretty well in this, as we were talking about. Gnash rather unrepresented in tournament play in general. Now both players in the orange gets that weapon toss, no fault. He gets that recovery regardless of the fact that it doesn't hit. And now he's got HellaHella and kill percent. More Sares coming out. Ground pound does not connect, but 2 recoveries from HellaHella. That's a lot of damage. And now going for that stop combo. Isn't finding it, but he avoids that down sig.
Hella goes for that down sig. A little risky. Barely makes it back on stage. Another down sig, surprisingly unpunished by Ornamus. Both players super close to the kill percents right now.
Yeah, either player could take a stock right here, but the sidelight actually just does it on its own. Taking advantage on the side of that stage, finds a quick sidelight before picking up a weapon, and Ornamus takes the first stock.
Yeah, nice little dodge and read by Ornamus to do the reverse sidelight. Both players sort of waiting for that bomb to disarm.
Nobody wants to take a risk there. We have to get used to the adjustment and playstyle here. If we were watching Jellyfish and Hapo, they'd be going crazy trying to get somebody into that bomb, but those two were just kind of like, all right, we'll wait for it to defuse. And the Nair confirms the kill for HellaHella, and it's 2-2.
Hella, a little far behind, or a little bit behind, not that far though. Ornamus with some throw combos, gets a little bit more damage, but ends up losing his weapon.
And now Ornamus calling in the horn, finds that spear, gets the down air despite how close he was, and now Hella finds that sidelight Nair recovery. Lots of damage coming up from HellaHella, looking for a downlight startup to maybe get even more damage with the recovery combo, but the weapon toss stops it, and Ornamus being very careful with those down airs, picks up the hammer, tries to go for a double Sair, gets ground pounded, that might be the stock, no, he makes it back, he's got an opportunity for a ledge guard. Endlight doesn't connect, both players manage to recover.
Yeah, so Hella didn't find the kill off that, but Ornamus took a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, he was in a fairly good damage lead before that combination, but now he's in kill percent and struggling to find his way back on stage. He gets the hammer though, and now he's in a bit of a commanding position, but again, he goes for the weapon throw with a little bit of missed accuracy and instantly loses the weapon. Loses his stock too. Yeah,
falling Sair will confirm it. HellaHella is able to take the lead. And now, fighting against Ornamus here. Ornamus tosses that spike ball into his face. That's quite a bit of damage. He avoids the other one, but Ornamus with the hammer now is looking for a signature. Doesn't get it, and HellaHella finds that neutral light. Doesn't get the Nair follow-up, but gets Naired himself. Doesn't kill just yet, but another Nair definitely will.
And there it is. The second Nair to finish off HellaHella's stock. Ornamus is, I mean, both players are really just like so even right now. Last stock, both got fairly fresh stocks. Both players looking for an opening. Ornamus getting a bit of damage with the Nair to recovery.
And a D-Light Sair sends Hella off stage. Sidelight comes out. Nair interrupts it. Hella tosses that sword into his face and putting out that stomp. Tries to follow up with more. Scoop comes up. No Nair. Ornamus tosses that spear downwards. Puts out the Sair. Doesn't get the side sig. And now Hella finding that sidelight. Tosses that hammer into his face. Avoids that down sig and finds a falling neutral light. HellaHella is trying to get the lead here, but Ornamus is looking to take his first game as that side sig barely misses but leads into a Sair. Oh!
Oh man, both players so close to death, but Hella more so. Eating a Nair from Ornamus will end the game. Ornamus with a 100 damage lead. Doing pretty good.
Taking it well as he ends that first game over HellaHella and is trying to get into the top 4. Game 1 is taken as best of 3. Only one more best of 3 is left after this, and that is loser semis. So Ornamus, it's quite a big deal to be able to take the first game when it comes to these, because even if you lose game 2, you get the comfort of knowing that you're going to be able to pick your legend as a counter pick and your map. So HellaHella, not caring, doesn't switch up his legends, decides to go on the next map, and he really wants to take care of Ornamus here in the second game so that he can himself make his way towards the top 3.
I mean, I don't think I've really ever seen Hella play something other than Bodvar. He's played it for so long.
I absolutely agree. I don't think I've ever seen him on anything else, actually, now that I think about it. He also uses that Bearvar skin as well. Bairdvar? I don't know.
Downlight to recovery.
That's optimal. It's incredibly optimal when it comes to the sword combos. When it comes to just getting damage on it, White, absolutely. And HellaHella looking for that D-Light Sarah this time, not feeling like he get the double D-Light, but he gets the Side Light anyways. Ornamus being brought into the orange. Another recovery hits, nearing kill percent now.
Downlight Sarah puts Ornamus in an edge guard. That side air almost connects, but the weapon throw saving his way back on. But even though he's not dying, he's not doing damage, and yeah, he's in red. He hasn't done anything to Hella.
And now tossing everything off the stage. Doesn't even want to play with the bomb. Has the hammer and he falls with an air. Ornamus really behind. He found some damage at the start here, but HellaHella has commanded the lead so far in this game too. As he looks for that down air, Ornamus struggling to find out what he can do here. Recovery comes out, Neutralite as well. Ornamus puts out that side sig. Sayers can't really find anything as the recovery comes out as well.
Ornamus with the hammer. Looking for more throw combos, but they're just not leading into anything. There it is. Into a neutral light. Does a bit of damage. But the damage he is finding is just not enough to keep up with Hella. Hella's just doing so much with these sword combos. And they're leading into other sword combos. It's just very aggressive stuff coming out of Hella. Downlight Dare. Almost goes for a ground pound, just barely missing. Ornamus with the spear now.
And now the NC comes out. Siders from Ornamus as well. He's looking for these, well, a ground pound to the center of the stage. Repositions for a recovery, but HellaHella not phased by that. Finds a Neutralite, finds two Nairs. Ornamus looking like he's going to be 2 stocks behind in game 2. A complete difference from the first game.
But he does find the fairly early recover kill with Spear. One thing about Gnash that you have to consider, it's very, very difficult to get any sort of gimp off with him. I mean, you have Hammer and Spear. Spear probably the worst gimping weapon in the game. And Hammer, you pretty much can only gimp with recovery and ground pound, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, and now we've got Ornamus an entire stock behind. It's that neutral light, and the side light comes out as well. D-light, ground pounds, recovery, Nair. Nothing's hitting. Ornamus looking for these side lights here, but he's going to probably have to think about what he's going to have to do in game 3 here, because unless he can find a really solid kill, as you were talking about gimping, it's not really a thing that the spear does.
However, just because you can't gimp doesn't mean you can't completely dominate a stock.
Oh, absolutely.
Ornamus doing pretty good so far. Looking for a bit of a kill here. He has the hammer. Goes for a down sig.
What you're talking about, he has kind of been dominating this stock. As the trades were even at first, and now it's just been him hitting HellaHella left and right. Recovery comes out. Another Sair. Down sig. Punishes for going for that weapon.
Good
Ornamus
stuff.
He's almost even it up. He's only barely entering the orange.
Yes, you don't need the 100 to test someone if they just never hit you and you hit them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's like what Spear is so strong at, with its superior range to most other weapons.
And not to mention how many like automatic combos that rack up 50 to 60 damage at white, right? Sidelight, D-light, Sair into weapon toss into an unarmed follow-up. You've got things like that. You've got 2 weapon tosses coming up from Ornamus already into a Nair. He's finding what he needs to be able to get this damage on. Drops the D-light Sair because of the positioning, and now he finds another weapon toss and a neutral light. The bomb goes down to the center, but Ornamus gets him in the orange. Whoa, he's doing what he needs to do.
One Sair though.
Oh, he dodged.
The ground pound connects.
Oh.
The only way to stop the ground pound is to kill yourself throwing a spear.
Not to mention he did a thing where he dodged and wasted that dodge out of a jump too. He exhausted one of his recovery options there at the very end, and he ended up losing a game which I think he really could have won near the end there. But game 2 goes to HellaHella, and we're going on to game 3.
A bit of a misstep by Ornamus ends up costing him the game, but not the series. He has another chance in game 3 here.
And now Ornamus switching it up to Scarlet. Not feeling the Gnash anymore, even though he was really making the adjustments I think necessary to take it over HellaHella on that map. He's going to go to Mammoth Fortress, and he's going to be playing with the Lance and Hammer rather than the Spear and Hammer.
Yeah, so Ornamus, this is the first time I've seen him off Gnash since game 1. So this is the character that I saw him play the most when he was active, I believe. He was a big Scarlet player. So it's cool to see him bringing it back. I mean, you saw with how much he loves weapon throws on Nash.
Right, and I'm thinking like that Nash does have pretty optimal weapons for weapon throws, but Scarlet is like the weapon throw legend, right? Because of that high force stat, not to mention the huge range on the weapons that she's already got. It's a player that it's the legend that rewards that playstyle the most, I feel. And now finding that downer goes in for the recovery. As we were talking about that, he's kind of been playing with weapon combos. Sidelight recovery comes out. Ornamus has got HellaHella nearing kill percent. If you can just find a signature, you might be able to do it. And whoa, I think Hella just disconnected.
I mean...
Is it possible that he just fell to his death and didn't know it?
It's possible he just completely misplayed. Like, it is possible.
I mean,
I don't know.
He literally did just drop down from the ledge and die. That's what we just saw, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like an intentional SD. Like, he just, like, dropped and then fast-falled. Like, he didn't even just slow-falled. You know what I mean? That does...
I mean, he's playing it out, so I guess it's okay. It could have just been a mistake. Maybe he thought he was Ornamus, and went, why am I not moving to the right? And then he died. That's possible. Either way, evened up 2-2, and Ornamus looks in for that downer. Nair comes out. HellaHella finds that downer. Recovery comes out. Nair as well avoids all these lance attacks from Ornamus, and now it's pretty even.
Yep, very even game, actually. Both players at almost the exact same health level. That little dare recovery combo will do a lot of damage to Ornamus, however, and Ornamus isn't really getting anything in return. Gets a throw combo.
Nice, gets the neutral light, puts him to the orange. As the lance doesn't go for a throw combo again, even though he was above him. I really feel like if you're above your opponent with the lance, just toss it down. Even if they dodge the weapon toss, you get an unarmed follow-up, most likely. As the neutral light sends him towards the bomb, tries to Sarah him.
Though.
That is
If
true.
you go for a down weapon throw every time, you can actually just get punished by people like dodging to the left and side-airing you or something like that.
Okay.
You gotta mix it up a little bit, and that's what Ornamus is doing pretty well right now.
Ooh, and the neutral light doesn't send him into the horn that was called in. Ornamus waiting him out. Both players jumping in place this way for the other to approach, and he unsafely sidesteps, and HellaHella finds that neutral light problem, and that's what you're talking about. Yeah, so the weapon toss went down, Hella dodged to the right, and he found his Sarah.
Yeah, and if you know someone's doing a down weapon throw, you can do that every time. So Ornamus is actually just trying to bait HellaHella right now. He's standing still, trying to provoke Hella to make a mistake, but Hella is just playing so patiently and waiting for his own opening before he goes in. Ornamus struggling to find the last hit he needs to kill Hella this stock.
Now putting out that Sarah. Hella finds the sidelight. No Nair follow. Puts out the recovery as well. He's playing with the sorting dot. He just runs right into a side stick. Ornamus gets that read and it works. It's now even once again.
This is something I've actually seen a ton of from Hella. He becomes a little predictable with his dodgings, and people love to just punish that. No Hella time!
You deceit. Let's see if he's in the chat to say what happened. I'm sure Ornamus is confused.
Hella, please.
Ornamus is asking lag, and HellaHella is saying, yeah. I'm thinking that we're going to, I think we're going to confirm that as the win for Ornamus. Ornamus was saying that he was lagging too, but he didn't get 2 rollbacks, and yeah, that is unfortunate, especially on tournament stock.
We did see that. Both players were at white. Like, nobody had a damage lead, really.
We could have them play it out again at 1 stock each.
I think that'd be fair.
Alright, let's ask.
That was a little unfair. If anything, I think Ornamus had a little bit more damage than Hella when he killed himself, because Hella had a fresh stock. We actually see Ornamus with more damage taken than damage dealt. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave it up to Ornamus to decide if he wants to play it out again 1 stock each. But it's up to him for being able to take that game, because that is HellaHella's internet issues. That's him himself, you know. Ornamus didn't also disconnect.
It would be completely understandable if he just wanted to move on and guarantee his.
Oh yeah.
We reset if either of us lags apparently badly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can go ahead and get into lobby, take their stocks off. It's kind of like a crew battle, right? If anybody's ever seen that, you share stocks between your teammates. One person gets knocked out.
Can't you just like set it to 1 stock? Though?
Yeah, but that we're using the same lobby all the way through. It's easier for them just to like jump off, I think. So we're going back to that moment where they were even on stocks. This could be a big deal because like momentum's reset here, right? Like no weapon denial is happening whatsoever. They're just going to take their own stocks here, and they're going to start it off.
Ooh, Hella can kill himself faster though. you see that?
Oh, they're gonna taunt and make sure that they're ready. Like, I don't think it matters who kills themselves faster.
Nah, dude, look. Hella's got the mad strats. He kills himself earlier so he can prepare himself to get the weapon.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
So both players being good sports about it, pick up their weapons, Ornamus opening it up with a jump. HellaHella's got the sword, and Ornamus doesn't care that he's got the lance. I guess he's fine with that. Now putting up that side light. Down light comes out, but Hella finds a dare, recovery combo.
Throw combo from Ornamus, putting a little bit of the damage back on. But we see, like, Hella's one sword combo is pretty much equal to 2 throw combos from Ornamus.
Ooh, and the weapon toss comes out.
From Hella.
Nice dive kick. Sarah as well. HellaHella denying that weapon from Ornamus. Gets that recovery. He's looking like he's nearing kill percent here as the dive kick comes down and the side air is put out. Nice weapon toss that comes forward and Ornamus. Ooh, gets up with that side light. Side air comes out.
Ornamus looking for these throw combos, but none of them are really connecting anymore. He's going for these side light or side airs and down airs,
Oh,
but
no!
Hella gets the double side air.
Ooh, he doesn't even recover, but he gets up with the ground pound. He has to dodge away. He's dead.
The ogre. Ornamus ends up losing.